As you've thought about, your expanded leadership roles over the years, how have you been able to prioritize, personal and professional?
For me, it's about just about knowing what's important to you, and putting those guardrails in place. Like I know for me, nothing over the weekend. When that I work during the week, but when that Friday comes, the computer shuts down, and that's it. Unless there's a crisis or emergency, I'll tell the team, like if something happens where it's a crisis, text me because I'm not checking emails. So I think putting boundaries in place. That give you those guardrails, especially now with the whole virtual environment where your laptop is in your living room, where you hear that beep go off or buzzer, and you're like, oh, I got an email. It's so hard to not, to disconnect, but I think you have to. Katina talked about we something called breakaway moments, right? Or take back 10, where we're taking back time for ourselves, whether that be to walk around the block, to go to the grocery store, to jump on a bike, or to just do something that's not on this computer looking at the screen. And also, what I said was important. What's important to focus on that and make sure that you're making decisions based on that, not based on your career. There were many opportunities when I was living in Switzerland to take on bigger roles, many bigger roles that presented themselves to me. And at that time, I just said, nope, I have, for personal reasons, I now don't want to relocate away from Switzerland. I want to stay here. And if that means that I'm going to give up, career opportunities down the road, I'm okay with that. Know what's important to you. There are going to be times in your life where you're going to need to balance that and, based on what's important for you, for your family. But don't be afraid to prioritize yourself. I think oftentimes we think, well, gosh, if I don't take that role, will another one come up? Yes, another one will come up. Opportunities present themselves all the time. Know what's important to you and stick with that. I am so glad that I didn't relocate then, that I gave myself that opportunity to stay in Switzerland and to work out what was important to me personally. Because if I didn't, now I'd be looking back and regretting, well, what if? So I feel like, be okay with that, because I think sometimes we think, well, gosh, if I don't take this now, it won't come again. It'll come again. It may be a different opportunity, but opportunities will present themselves.